Good afternoon, everyone. I know there is much excitement today to swear in our new member of the Board of Education. So welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon as we say a fond farewell to the 46th student member of the board, affectionately referred to as the SMOB, Sami Saeed, and a warm welcome to our 47th member of the Board of Education, student member, Pernille Saverna. Congratulations. Before we get started, I'd like to recognize elected officials and special guests, starting with my colleagues. I'll have them introduce themselves, starting with Mrs. Evans.
Great to see everyone. Shebra Evans.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lynn Harris, I use she, her pronouns, so excited to see you all here today.
And good afternoon. I'm Rebecca Smondrowski. I represent District 2. Thanks for being here.
And Ms. Ravetta Evan is on her way. I will also like to recognize Dr. Taylor on his first official meeting. Thank you for being here. Several members of the administration, if I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Yvonne Alfonso Windsor, Dana Edwards, Elba Garcia, Nikki Hazel, Donna Redmond Jones, and Stephanie Sharon. Thank you to our state delegation for being here today. We have Moomin Bar from Greg Wims' office. Please stand to be recognized. We have Michelle Whitaker from Councilmember Jawando's office. Delegate Ryan Spiegel, thank you so much for being here. Okay. Any others from the delegation or county council that I may have missed? No? Okay. We have former school board member Chris Barkley in the room. Please stand to be recognized. And we have former school board member Alan Chung. Please stand to be recognized. We have several former student members of the board. Eric Gersey, please stand to be recognized. David Naiman, please stand to be recognized. Matt Post, please stand to be recognized. Arvin Kim, please stand to be recognized. Dustin Jeter, please stand to be recognized. And I don't know if Allison Serino is in the room, but she's principal MCPS and former SMOB. Let's give her a round of applause. Did I miss any elected official? No? Okay, great. Thank you.
Karen's doing the ceremony, but she is elected.
Okay. We appreciate everyone for being here today. We take the role of the Board of Education very seriously because we believe in our students, our teachers, our staff, and our community. Our work matters, and we can make a difference in the lives of our students and our community for every MCPS student. The SMOB ensures those very students have a seat at the table as we carry out their mission and engage in the important work of governing this school district. The role is vital to the board's ability to hear, understand, and meet the needs of our students. Today represents that important link between the board and the students we serve. Without further ado, I invite Ms. Karen Bushel, Clerk of the Court for Montgomery County, Maryland, to the table to administer the oath to Mr. Pernille Saverna, which will be directly followed by Mr. Savarno's remarks.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Okay. So Pernille, will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Pernille Saverna.
I, Pernille Saverna.
Do solemnly swear and declare.
Do solemnly swear and declare.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
Student Board Member
Student Board Member
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Congratulations.
So,
For you to sign right here. And this is the oath that you just took.
Got you.
And then I'll sign. And now you're official.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Now we invite you to make some remarks.
Thank you. It is an honor to stand here before you giving this speech. Before I start, I would like to congratulate Sammy on an excellent term with many accomplishments. You are truly a role model when it comes to communications with students. I would also like to congratulate Dr. Taylor on his first official day as the MCPS superintendent. I look forward to working alongside you and the rest of the Board of Education. I want to start off by sharing a story of one of my first experiences in MCPS. I was a rising second grader at Wilson Wims Elementary School. I was nervous about going to a new school, having to leave some of my friends who I've known my entire life. As I got off the bus and started walking over to the entrance, I was stopped by a tall man wearing a suit. He looked at me with a smile on his face and said, "Those are some pretty cool glasses. I might need a pair for when I go running." This small interaction set me up for a wonderful experience at school. I was never the fastest kid when it came to understanding concepts, but my teachers made sure to take extra time with me, spending their lunches helping me finish work and pushing me to do my best. Every single day for the next 2 years, as I would walk into school, the same man would compliment me and always have something to say about my glasses. On the last day of my 3rd grade year, before I was going to a new elementary school that my teachers had pushed me to apply to, I walked up to the man and gave him another pair of my glasses. After finishing elementary school, middle school, and then heading to high school, I was able to meet this man again in central office. As I walked up to him, he instantly remembered me and talked about how he still uses the glasses when he goes on a run. His dedication always inspired me, and this moment inspired me to put on the same level of thoughtfulness and work into my campaign as well. Today represents 2 years of dedication, not just by me, but by everyone who stood by me as well. I am lucky to have amazing friends, family, and mentors by my side in order to make this moment possible. Today marks just the beginning of a year of hard work that I promise to serve students with. With focuses on school safety, the opioid crisis, and mental health, I promise to work diligently to create change. I want to say thank you to everyone here in this room today. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm grateful to have you all here celebrating with me. Thank you to my family for driving me when I was too tired to keep my eyes open, but still had to make an event. Without you, none of this would be possible. To my sister, thank you for always holding me to a higher standard and being an ear I could speak to. To my closest friends and advisors, Krish, Aneri, and Haley, thank you for always keeping me on track and accountable. Throughout everything, you guys stood as a rock and a team I could lean on. I cannot understate the importance you three had in this moment. From midnight Q&A prep to slideshow making, I'm lucky to call you my chiefs of staff and my best friends. To Krish, thank you for being like a brother to me and always being there for me. You were the reason why all of this was possible. To my class council team, thank you for putting up with me when I couldn't make meetings because of school visits. You guys stayed locked in and made sure we still had an amazing junior year with a stellar prom. I want to give an extra shout out to Bridget and Eleanor who really picked up the slack and put in the work. I'm glad to call you my senior class president and school-wide president. To Aneri, Eleanor, Noreen, and Lauren, thank you for coming with me on the final sets of school visits. Those last 2 weeks were tough, but with you all by my side, I was able to push through. To my MCR team, thank you for giving me my start and always pushing student advocacy forward. To the rest of my campaign team, those who grinded through graphics, helped write speeches, translated posts, made TikToks, and so much more, please stand to be recognized.
Don't be shy.
This is the team I am beyond lucky to have supporting me. I've said it before, but the student member of the board is not a one-person position. It requires consistent, dedicated effort by many people, and it means so much to have you all by my side. Can I get one more round of applause for all the hard work these people have put in? I would be remiss to finish without thanking my teachers and mentors who have supported me from the start. Thank you to Ms. Goodwin and Mr. Nolan for being my springboards for ideas since sophomore year. You both helped me keep the good ideas and relate what I was learning in class to the campaign. Thank you to Ms. Vanek for being a constant source of positivity and encouragement. I learned so much about team building from you. Thank you to Ms. Meyer, Mr. Evans, and Ms. V for pushing me to audition and putting on amazing shows at Clarksburg that I got to be a part of. I'm so proud of the work that CH Stage does. Thank you to Mr. Bassett for helping me join clubs like Youth in Government and Clarksburg Ambassadors. I'm so grateful to be able to participate in service events with a dedicated teacher like you. To my wrestling coaches, Coach Fee and Coach Pinsky, thank you for teaching me the value of hard work and consistency. You always push me to be better, and I would not be the person I am today without you both. To Eric, former SMOB, and my Summer Rise boss, Dr. Callisto, thank you all for teaching me all about how MCPS runs and learning more about the system. To my former principal, Mr. Owusu, and the rest of the Clarksburg admin team, thank you for your constant support. Even after you retired, you made it a point to check up on me and send me emails, and it kept me motivated through a long campaign period. To Ms. Cherry, thank you for your never-ending support of student advocacy. From late nights to weekends, you are what turns the gears of student advocacy in MCPS. Finally, to my elementary school principal, Mr. McGee, thank you for showing me the passion that you had for students since Wilson Wims and giving me a view into how great MCPS truly is. Thank you all so much for being here, and we're just getting started.
Thank you, Pernille. We look forward to working with you and learning from your experiences as a student on the Board of Education. I did want to recognize Councilmember Kristen Mink, who has come in since we did the start of the meeting, so please stand to be recognized. And now we invite outgoing student member of the board, Mr. Sami Saeed, to come to the podium. And I now invite Delegate Ryan Spiegel, who has a proclamation to present to you. If you want to do it in behind the podium, that way the cameras can capture it.
Good afternoon to the members of the board, all the dignitaries who are here today, other guests, and a special welcome to Dr. Taylor. My name is Ryan Spiegel, and it's my honor to serve as a delegate in the Maryland General Assembly representing District 17 here in Montgomery County. I want to congratulate both Sammy and Pernille on their accomplishments, and as we celebrate Sammy's year of service as the SMOB, I'm proud to say that he is a resident of District 17. So I have an official citation on behalf of the entire District 17 House delegation, including myself, Delegate Julie Polakovich-Carr, and Delegate Joe Vogel, both of whom regret that they couldn't be here today, but certainly send their regards and best wishes. Now, Sammy, as a testament to the importance of education, we have discovered a couple of typos in the citation. So I'm going to present this one to you as a placeholder, but I promise you we're going to get you a corrected one very soon, okay? All right. This is an official citation from the Maryland General Assembly Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Sami Saeed in recognition of his exceptional service as the student member of the Board of Education and his dedication to positively impacting the lives of students and educators in Montgomery County, presented on this first day of July, 2024. Congratulations. Want to do like a pose, like one of those? All right.
Thank you again, man. Seriously, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Get out of your way.
Thank you. Now we will have Mr. Saeed's remarks.
Thank you so much, Delegate, for that. I wasn't expecting it, and I love your remarks about the importance of education. I know if I wrote that myself, there'd probably be double the amount of typos in there, so no worries at all. Hello, everyone. I don't know if you all remember me. My name is Sammy. I was a SMOB a while ago. I think it's been 16 whole hours at this point, so I don't know if any of you remember me, but I'm really excited to be here today. And so let me start off by saying one thing. What a boring and uneventful year to have been SMOB. Obviously, I'm just kidding, as this year was probably the furthest thing possible from being uneventful. If I had a quarter for every time MCPS was in the news, I would have enough money to fully fund the budget by now. This past year has brought a lot of excitement to the role of being a SMOB. And while it certainly kept me on my toes, I do sincerely hope that no future SMOB has to deal with a year as hectic as this one. My greatest memory from last year was the one day that the boardroom was full of cameras broadcasting a positive story for once, until I woke up and realized I was dreaming. Every day I hope that dream will come true. But on a serious note, my term as SMOB was unforgettable. And running for this decision was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, along with deleting Twitter. With such an action-packed year, all my early memories on this board feel like they happened a million years ago. The first board meeting, the first vote, the first protest, the second protest, the third protest, and so many more. I remember feeling like for months on end, so many of my experiences on the board were firsts, yet as the spring came, suddenly all of them became lasts. To put it simply, even though this year felt so long, it flew by so fast. But there are some key memories that I will never forget. My monthly SMOB Advisory Council meetings and the dedicated and incredibly hardworking students that attended them is one of my favorite experiences from this past year. And let me not forget all of my exhilarating school visits where I got to meet the amazing students of MCPS face to face. Let me just say, I don't think there are any kids in the world who are more excited to meet their district's Board of Education representative more than MCPS students. Yet, due to the incredible and active, passionate student body in this county, we made that a reality. But to many, I was more than a board member. During my school visits, I proudly accepted the titles of that guy sometimes see on TikTok, or the person with the suit everyone's taking pictures with, or even the person I voted for who said they would get us better school lunches. Though, more importantly than the events themselves are the amazing people who turn these experiences into cherished memories. I want to start off by thanking the incredible board members I had the privilege to call my colleagues this past year. While not everyone could make it here today, I want to thank you all for your dedicated service to the school district and to your service to Montgomery County as a whole. Ms. Silvestri, I admire your leadership throughout this year as the board president who was somehow able to steer the ship in the right direction, even during the toughest of times. You led the board through numerous hardships with clarity, calm, and composure, as well as solid time management to make sure we're all staying on track, which you know I greatly appreciate. Ms. Rivera-Oven, who I know couldn't make it today, I want to commend you on your relentless activism for your community and for being a tireless advocate for the Latino and Latina community of Montgomery County. You knew how to use your voice and stood right by your principles and values, which is a trait I greatly admire from anyone. Ms. Yang, while you also couldn't make it here today, I want to take a moment to appreciate the detailed and holistic approach you took when tackling every topic before you. You're a logical and analytical thinker, and I could tell you thought about topics in great depth before making any decision, and I could always count on you to make a well-informed choice on anything. Ms. Wolf, while you also aren't here in person, I wanted to express how much I valued your insightful perspectives that were clearly guided through the lens of immense wisdom and experience. You often proposed creative solutions to complex problems and brought sensible perspectives to the table when we needed it most. Ms. Evans, initially I was going to say, well, you couldn't make it, but you did make it. Thank you. Thank you for your kindness and understanding towards every decision, and more importantly, towards every person. You're someone who people rarely come across in their lives, which is someone who has a great and genuine heart and just an amazing soul, and someone who cares for everyone around them, and it was a pleasure to work alongside you this year. Ms. Harris, what can I say other than thank you, not just from me, but on behalf of all students in MCPS. Lynn, you are a fighter and someone who never gives up when it comes to doing what is right. You are a warrior for students, staff, and everyone in the school system. And of course, you were my and so many other students' leaders' mentors as we entered the advocacy world. Your ability to inspire and light the flame of passion in so many students is something I have come to find is a 1 in a million trait. And I am so honored that the students of MCPS have someone with that unique ability representing them. And last, but definitely not least, Ms. Mondrowski. Rebecca, I'm not sure what else I can say other than expressing my everlasting gratitude at having been able to serve alongside you. You have been an amazing colleague, but beyond that, an even better friend. As you very well know, we both think very alike, which makes us a great team on the board. But apart from that, you are also a tireless advocate who never holds back on speaking your truth, and someone who will never stand for injustice. You are a fierce and emboldened leader, and I am proud to have served with you this past year. Of course, I cannot end the speech without thanking our incredible board staff, especially the Chief of Staff, Lori Christina Webb, who I know couldn't make it today, and the new Deputy Chief of Staff, Tom Lockman. Ms. Webb, or as we all know you, LC, you are incredible. The amount of work it takes to oversee the Board of Education for the 14th largest school district in the country, especially in times like these, is far beyond a difficult endeavor, yet somehow you make it look easy. To keep the cogs of the large and complex machine that is the board moving forward is a skill to be admired and appreciated much more than it currently is. And to do that while being available for my random questions and constant initiatives makes me question how I could ever want anybody else as my Chief of Staff. And of course, Mr. Lockman, or as we all know you, Tom, while I've worked with you for a short time, we have become good friends. And I can't think of many other reasons for this outside the fact that you are a truly genuine and understanding person. In the few months that we've known each other, I have felt that you become one of my most trusted partners and someone who I know will support the board for many, many more years to come. Outside of the board, there's a few more people that I want to highlight. The first is someone who I feel like I can't go a day without thanking because she is so unbelievably hardworking and dedicated, Ms. Cherry. Ms. Cherry, you always say that it feels like your students are in a competition to see who can make you tear up the most from giving you kind words, which is no surprise considering the impact you've had on so many people. Ms. Cherry, I can quite honestly say I don't know any other leader who has had so much of a positive impact on as many students as you have. You literally fight every single day for students, enduring 70 to 80-hour work weeks just so students can host events and meetings alongside their peers. But it's much deeper than that. You engage and inspire students to become the most dedicated, passionate, and exciting versions of themselves, which leads so many of us to go on and do great things. You tirelessly put together myriads of opportunities for students so that each and every one of us can find that one thing that we are exceptional at and use it in our future careers. While I can't speak for all students, I can certainly speak for myself, which is how I know that all of this is true. Without you, I would have still been an underachiever who may have never seen their potential in leadership. But because of you, I'm here at this podium today, and for that, thank you, Ms. Cherry. Finally, of course, I want to give a special thanks to all the students who helped me throughout my journey of being SMOB. To all my chiefs of staff, Nico, Sam, Millie, and Yosef, thank you for supporting me through this action-packed and quite crazy year. I also wanted to extend my thanks to every single MCPS student who took the time to chat with me. whether it was during a school visit or online. I remember that when I came into office, I was warned about the possible negativity that could arise from being on the board during divisive times. But what I truly wasn't prepared for was the overwhelming positivity of those around me. When I came into office, I had huge, lofty goals for students, ranging from improving school lunches to enhancing school safety. Not everyone believed I could do it, and some people made that very, very clear during my campaign. But through this past year, after hosting taste testings, passing resolutions, amending policies, and much more, I watched as many of those promises turned to accomplishments. But the most memorable part was to see students from across the county let me know that they saw my hard work and that they cared. Opening Instagram to see messages from students whom I'd never met tell me to keep up the great work, or tell me that they were proud to have voted for me, was really the motivation I needed to keep up my energy and excitement for this role. Even this past week, students have not held back on their kind words and appreciation for my achievements this past year. And so to all of those who took a moment out of their day to text me a kind comment or express their appreciation, thank you. And you all have left me with nothing but gratitude for having served this role. And of course, to all those who had mentored me on this journey, I can't appreciate you all enough. You all have inspired me to embark on a career of public leadership and community service. And so to all of you, I say this: please vote for me in 20 years when I run for president. And of course, there's a couple very important people I want to congratulate. Of course, Dr. Taylor. Today is your first day, and it is sadly my last, but I know that you will do amazing things for the school system. You're a leader that I can trust. You are a solid communicator. You value accountability, transparency. You're incredibly charismatic, and I am just so excited to see what MCPS will become under your leadership. And of course, I want to finish off this speech by congratulating Pernille for his skilled campaigning and for his new role as the 47th student member of the board of Montgomery County. Pernille, I have watched you grow in these last few years, from when we were fellow students at Richard Montgomery High School to now, where you're the new SMOB and I'm just old news. But seriously, I have and always will commend you for your ability to put together an incredible team and to form strong connections and friendships with everyone around you. You have honest and realistic goals for the system, and you certainly have the passion and persistence to achieve them. Pernille, I am so excited for you and even more excited for the board to have the privilege of working with you next year. Keep up your amazing work and do not forget who you are when times get tough. And with that, I'll finally be quiet so we can all get on with the ceremony. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to Pernille.
Sammy? Thank you for those remarks, very thoughtful as usual. And we are so proud of everything that you have accomplished and look forward to hearing from you as you take on your new endeavors, which of course is a college education. But before you leave, we do have some parting gifts, small tokens of our appreciation. And Ms. Harris is delivering, including your parking spot. That's a tradition, the sign. Thank you.
One of my favorite memories from last year was pulling into the parking spot and seeing my own name on a sign. That's probably an experience I don't know if I'll ever really have again, but it was one I'm incredibly thankful for and was really, really fun to see.
Thank you. Before we continue, I wanted to recognize Councilmember Laurie Ann Sales, who has come in. If you want to stand to be recognized. Now it's our turn to say a few words, and I will open up the floor to my fellow board members who wish to make farewell comments and welcome Pernille. Who'd like to go first, Ms. Modrowski?
Sure. So I'm going to get through this, okay? Today is really very bittersweet for me, as I'm sure you know. On the one hand, Pernille, welcome to the family. Congratulations. Things can be difficult, but we really are genuinely a lot like a family in so many ways. At least I spend more time with this family than I do my at-home family, so most days. So while we don't always agree on everything, you know, we muddle through it, and I look forward to going through all of that with you in the next coming 6 months for me, year for you. Sammy, you have been influential, inspirational, and a pure joy to work with and to be with. You are one of the most thoughtful and insightful people I've ever had the chance to work with. I think my favorite thing about you is that you always see the big picture. From day one, we've had to work through complicated situations, and this entire year, you have done what is right, even if it was not always exactly what was popular. And that, to me, is a true testament of your character. I know that you are a strong leader, and you will continue to be so. And you've been a true sounding board and friend for me during some of these difficult times that we've experienced together this year. I am so excited for you to be at Maryland. I know that you're going to crush it there. And I look forward to very much look forward to seeing your name on a ballot and around the area when you get a chance to come visit. So congratulations. Thanks for everything.
Ms. Harris?
Yes. Well, Pernille, welcome. Congratulations. Look forward to working with you. Next meeting is on July 18th. Think about the Fiscal Management Committee. Putting in a plug. Couldn't convince Sammy, but it is the sexiest committee. Sammy, I just have to say, you have done this job with so much positive energy and truly so much energy because he's not lying. Every day when we started a meeting and he sat at the dais and said, I am so happy to be here. He was literally that happy to be here in the room doing the work. You did it with intelligence. You did it with deep thought. You really followed your passions, and you really, I was at some of your SMOB advisory meetings, and so much great energy in those spaces with all of the students, but really focused on how can we make the school system better, and tapping into the wisdom of the customers of the school system who live it every day and have so much to share when it comes to solving problems and setting priorities. And I so admired your consistent energy too, because this was a tough year. And I found myself pretty tired, pretty darn tired sometimes when we were coming together to do the work and feeling like it was just always something coming at us. But, you know, I can honestly say I never saw you down. Like some of us sort of overwhelmed sometimes with the work that we needed to do and the situations we needed to deal with, but never negative, never once did that energy and that true enthusiasm flag. And I'm glad you're not going far.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mrs. Evans?
Sure. So welcome, Mr. Suvarna. So I will be more formal in public. I'll call you by your first name when we're in closed session. But I really do look forward to working with you. I'll just in advance thank your parents for loaning you to us, because he will be with us for quite some time doing some really great work. And you've had some really great SMOB role models that have come before you. So there's no doubt in my mind that you can do this work. So now we'll go to Mr. Saeed. So I have seen you grow so much in this past year, and everyone has been correct in stating that his enthusiasm is contagious. I had the fortune to sit next to Sammy, and I'm typically always in a very good mood, but Sammy would have me just kind of crack up and just smile a little bit harder just from his enthusiasm. So I really do appreciate that. And there's no doubt in my mind that Sammy will do well and go far. I think that what really stands out to me the most is in our quasi-judicial role. Sammy he really was a policymaker. He always came in, and the first thing that he did was apply the policy to everything that we were doing. And sometimes it might take a student just a little bit of time to do that, but for Sammy, no, right out the gate, he was always very focused. He had a tablet, and I think he used one tablet per closed session, which let me know that he did his work. He was reading his appeals, he was reading his emails, he was reading his materials for board meetings. He was coming very prepared. And I also know that he took his role as a student very seriously. There were times that I had to say, well, Sammy, are you able to spend time with your friends? What are you doing? And so, no, but I did appreciate that every day that he came to do this work, that he did it and gave it 150%. So there is no doubt in my mind that I will see your name at some point on a paper. Hopefully it's somewhere in Maryland, in Montgomery County, where I'll be residing, and I'll have that ability to vote for you. But I just thank you to your parents. You know, oftentimes, as a parent of two kids, you know what foundation you have laid for your students and for your child, but you don't always see it. You might hear back from somebody. So I just wanted to share with your parents, you did well. You did a very great job with your son. He was always very respectful, very professional. Even when he could be relaxed, Sammy still came serious and ready to get the job done. So I appreciate that. And I will always say that you were my colleague. There were times where I had to leave and say, that was a student, right? But just very mature and well beyond his years. And so that we benefited from that. And I'm glad that in here in Montgomery County that we do value the voices of students, and they have full voting rights and they participate fully. They are really engaged, and I appreciate that. So I wish you well, and I will just say to you what I say to my kids. I expect great things of you, and I hope that you expect great things of yourself as well. And so just stay in touch. Thank you.
Sammy, I also wanted just to add that I really enjoyed having you be the student member of the board. Like my colleagues have said, super well prepared, a great advocate, always willing to speak up on the issues that we were discussing. No hesitation whatsoever, you know, really articulate, well prepared. I joke that Sammy's going to college in the fall, but it feels like he's already earned a couple degrees in public policy, education policy, as a result of his experience on the Board of Education. And also another thing I appreciated, it's been mentioned, just, you know, you could tell that you were a teenager in our schools and, you know, taking the job seriously, but at the same time, you seem so well balanced and able to cope with the challenges of the board, the challenges of a senior year, and going to prom, and all the fun things that teenagers are supposed to do. So really, really, I thought you're a great role model for our students and future student leaders as well. Great job engaging our students, right? So the student member of the board has that role to represent the students, to engage the students. This is not what Sammy was making up on his own. He was really in touch with MCPS student body and bringing those voices to the table. Lots of energy. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm ecstatic to be here. Those were how he started every meeting. And I'm like, wow, yes, I need Sammy to get our energy up for all of us. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have called you my colleague, and I also know that you will do great things and you will have fun and enjoy your life as well. So thank you for your service. And Praneel, look forward to working with you, getting to know you. This is a challenging job, but it's also an honor and a privilege, right? We sit up here and make important decisions for 160,000 students, 25,000 staff. It is a serious job, and we all take it very seriously. And I know you will do great things as well. And so I look forward to getting to know you better. As my colleague Brenda Wolf says, She's not here today. It takes 5 votes to get anything passed. So remember to get to know your colleagues, to get consensus, to work with your colleagues to accomplish all of the great ideas that I'm sure you will bring to the table. So welcome. And as has been mentioned, today is Dr. Taylor's first official day, and what a fabulous way to start than by celebrating our students here in MCPS. So with that, I'll open it up to some remarks.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board, and to our SMOBs, plural, for one day. Mr. Suvarna, it's an honor and a privilege to share a first day in leadership with you. I'm very much looking forward to our time working together. But this is an important day to recognize not just the exchange of leadership and who sits in that particular seat, but to recognize the important and essential value of student voices in the work that we do to make kids prepared for life after high school. And what a great example you both are. And we are so very proud of everything that you've accomplished, Sammy, and the big shoes that you're stepping into, Mr. Suvarna. I would like to say in the short period of time that I've gotten to know you, Mr. Saeed, it has been a true pleasure. And I want to thank you for the warm welcome that you've given me and the support that you've given me and the direction that you've provided to not just this board, to myself, but to the community at large. You leave very big shoes to fill. So I would also like to thank your family, Mr. Suvarna, because this is a team sport. And as Sammy mentioned earlier, you know, positivity is important, and there are some tough days that do come with this, but positivity begets positivity, and success begets success. And we all wish you the most success. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. And to conclude, I want to thank everyone for being here today and thank our student members for their service. And I invite everyone to join us up on the 3rd floor for some refreshments. Thank you for being here.